It's 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, November 23rd, and this is the second move in the row. Woke up, it's about 45 degrees, now it's about 50, and I think it's actually getting closer to 60 now because I feel like I want to take my jacket off. Anyway, all of my cows and my sheep are good little cows and sheep, doing exactly what I want. Moving when it's time to move, drinking plenty of good water, and making sure they get the right amount of minerals. Except for Patches. Yeah, Patches. She's down there if you can see her. She crossed the wire last night, I guess. I guess she was dissatisfied with my management techniques, or maybe she just wanted a little bit more space for herself. But regardless, I got to get her back. And every single time we go to a new row, she crosses the wire, even if I put up a wire on the very top. So maybe I should just get rid of her now. So if one of you wants to buy Patches, she should have a calf that's 50% South Pole. I can give you the documentation. The bull is registered, so there's a chance she might not. The bull might not have done his job, and so the other bull did the cleanup. So it would be probably 75% Piney Woods or whatever it is, Longhorn. You know. Anyway, yeah, I got to get rid of her. I'll probably just take her to the sale barn and just be done with her. It's too much work, and when she causes the other cows to cross the wire, then that's a problem that I can't really control. So this row has plenty of good grass, looks nice and green. Bermuda grass, thick Bermuda grass. I'm seeing lots and lots of cool season grasses grow everywhere in my pasture now, especially in places where there is no warm season grasses. So places that were bare ground, and some places it's getting a little bit tall. I don't know how much longer the growing season is going to last for the cool season grasses, though. We expect temperatures to be in the 50s and 60s throughout December. I don't see any days where it's going to get below freezing. And so maybe we'll have a long growing season. Maybe autumn won't really start until mid-January. I remember last January we had quite a few cold days, a little bit of snow. But there was like 3 or 4 days where it was below freezing, and I was worried about their water supply. This year, I don't know what I'm going to do about water. I haven't really decided. I'm thinking that when it's going to get below freezing significantly, like when it's probably below 30 degrees, I think, then I'm just going to shut the water off and drain the pipe, and just turn everything off. Open up the pipes, and like at my shop where I have valves, the hose valves, hose bibs, whatever they're called. So, and then just feed them out of the pond. I don't really have a stock water tank that can hold much water. I was thinking of getting one. I think that might be a good idea, just to fill up a stock water tank. And because when it does freeze, like during the day, typically it gets above freezing. And so if the pipes aren't frozen, then you should be able to turn the water on and get water flowing. So, I could fill up that big stock tank or something. Maybe I'll get a big stock tank. Use it for when it's freezing. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. Looking forward, maybe in 2 days, Monday, we should start seeing lambs, if my math is right. One little note, I put out another salt block, and that is 50 pounds. Definitely feels like 50 pounds. And then I mixed up some more of those sheep minerals, and I put them in this blue plastic bucket. That was like $7. So I was like, hey, I can use that. It seems to be nice and thick. I bought some metal pans, some galvanized steel, and I was thinking, does the salt react with the galvanized steel? I don't know, maybe. There's that new salt block. Here's the old salt block. This is what's left of it. There's a piece here. There's a piece there. There's another piece there. Am I concerned about salt in the pasture? No, I'm not. you know, every once in a while I might spill some minerals, or it'll rain, and so the mineral dishes will fill up with water, because these aren't covered. The blue dish isn't covered. And what happens is some of those minerals leach out into the soil in a localized area. And while it might burn that one spot, I'm fairly confident that given the amount of rain we get, it'll disperse fairly quickly. And if it does burn one spot, it really doesn't matter. You know, it's not like I'm salting the entire pasture. But hopefully over time, the mineral content of the grass will increase to the point where they don't really need to have supplemental minerals. But that's only going to happen when the soil becomes fully alive and awake, and all of the processes are working together. And I think in the case of sheep, I'm going to have to grow a fair amount of quote-unquote weeds to make it possible to feed sheep without minerals. But in the meantime, minerals really aren't that expensive. They don't need that much. So, and they have a big difference. They do make a big difference. I can tell with the cows and the manure, and I can tell with the sheep. I think it just does better for them. Guys, have a great day. Take care and bye-bye.